Over a quick video of how to do the Acura fog lights on the Acura Tl. Now what you need is one of these connectors. It's like a hook connector that should connect to here, and then what I did was I put a little tape around it, and then I got one of the connectors with a 28 fuse in here. You gotta buy this separately. Connector, and then it's going to connect this wire. This yellow wire is going to connect to this wire here. There's going to be two wiring harnesses. There's going to be one for the fog lights and there's going to be one for the inside. This is for the fog lights in the front here. Now there's going to be three wires here. It's going to be a red and black, a red and green, a white, and a blue and red one. See that? That blue and red one connects to this yellow one, which connects to the 28 fuse, which connects to the battery positive terminal with the thing. I just put some tape on the connector, and what I did was I put one of the quick butt connectors. Hold on, let me show you. Damn, I just got some dust in my eye. I just put one of these in between of this. Okay, and then the wiring harness just runs down to the bottom. Now, here where the relays are, it comes with two relays. You only need to plug in one, and that's the black relay here with the brown butt here on the end. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. This connector here comes with two wires in it. It comes with a blue one, and it comes with a green one in it. Now the green one you cut from into the connector, and the blue wire you can leave because this doesn't connect to anything. You just leave that to the side. Now the green wire you connect to the 16 gauge wire that you buy from the store. You got to buy a roll of 16 gauge wire, and what I did was I put another quick butt connector here and then put tape around it, and I ran it through it's a panel down there, it's a boot down there that you can just run it through into the car. Now it's gonna be what you people usually do is ground it off on the ground wire here. What I did was I ran it under the car and I grounded it off down here. As you can see, I grounded it off on the bottom left side down here. Okay, this is where I grounded it off, on the bottom, on the left side. Down here onto a 10mm bolt. Okay, alright, now to go inside. Now I'm just going to go over things again. You're going to need a pack of these, the connectors that connects to the battery through I'm sorry, I'm not too, I don't really know too much, but, it comes with the connector. You just get the connector that goes here, the butt connector. Then you get this 28 amp fuse from AutoZone. You probably get it for like $5. These connectors you probably get for $3, and then a pack of these you can probably get for $3. And then the 16 gauge wire will probably run you about $10. Like I said, this runs from the battery from this connection, 28 fuse in here, to the red and blue wire on this connector piece, the first connector piece that connects to the fog lights on the bottom. Then it's a blue connector piece and a brown connector piece. From the brown connector piece, you cut off that wire and you connect it and run it through the car's body. 16 gauge wire, you connect it to the green wire that's connected, that used to be connected to this connector, the brown connector. You don't need two relays, you just need one relay. So what I did was I bolted it down to the earbox right here. That's what I bolted it down. I took out the bolt and I bolted it down there in the corner. Remember, it's the brown and clear one, the black top. This one, put to the side. This one, as soon as you cut it, you leave it like that. Cut. and then you push it to the side. You connect this one, the green wire, see it's green, to this other green wire that I have with the quick butt connector. And then I just wrap tape around it, and then you run it through the car's body. Now I'm gonna go to the inside. Try to do this as quickly as possible so you guys can see exactly what to do. Now, what I did was, it runs through the boot in the car here. It's a boot down here. You can't really see it, but there's a boot back there. Right here, and you run it through that boot on the left hand side on the bottom, you'll see it. Now from there, you're gonna need to ground off. There's gonna be another ground wire. This wire here is gonna connect to the button here. So you run that connection piece. After you pull this off, the siding here, you can run that connection piece into the back of the button, okay? Now, in order for this button to get power, you need to tap into the ignition wire. Now, what I did was, I tapped into the red and white ignition wire. But I had to I tapped in it with a quick butt connector, and I used the 16 gauge wire also. And the 16 gauge wire that runs from the ignition goes down here. There's going to be two connections at the bottom of this wire, and it's going to have a blue one and a green one. It's going to have two connections on the bottom. What you do is you cut both of those connections off. You cut those connections off, and then you connect the wire that's going through the body that come from under the hood. You run that wire to the green wire. Even though this one's already green, you know, that was my choice. You run it to the green wire. There's going to be a green and a blue here. You run the wire through the body to the green wire here. And then the blue wire there runs to the car's ignition wire, the red and white wire. That's the wire you tap into, the red and white wire for the ignition. Okay. What I did was I just used two quick butt connectors here, quick connectors right here, 1 and 2, and then just wrap tape around them. Okay, this 1 and 2, you run that, and then there's going to be another ground point here where you're going to need to ground off a wire, well, for this, in order for this to power on. This is going to give it the power, and grounding it off. Hold on, I have an alarm system installed too. It's not really too much space. I know it's somewhere around here. Where did I put it? Okay, yeah. Grounded it up. Down here under the steering wheel. I don't know if you can see it. Grounded it off right here under the steering wheel column. That's where I grounded it off at. That's the grounding point that you'll be looking for, under the steering wheel column, to ground it there, to ground it under there. So once you ground that off there, you should be good to go. This power, you run the ground wire from the red and white wire, the quick connector, green wire. You run into the blue connection down here. The green wire, that's connected to this one also, runs through the car body to the car. It's pretty simple. Just run back the video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. That's basically the full installation of that. The fog lights, that from there is you. So now I'm going to show you. Just turn on the ignition. Press the button. Lights are green. Voila, you have light.